目が覚めた。暗い夜、家の中にみんなはいない。慣れた草と紙の匂い、積み木細工のような空。部屋の隅にはどろりとこびりついたような古い影。死に絶えた音の中で過去を忍ぶ。見ていた夢はもしもの話ばかりだった。例えば、
もし空が曇っていたのなら、もし気づくのが少し早ければ、もし彼が衰えていなければ、もし私が生まれていなかったら、それともしここであなたが目覚めなければ。
夜はますます沈んでいく。きっともう家の中には誰もいない。一人きりは怖いからみんなに会いたくて、一人きりで庭に出た。ほーっと吐く息が白くなっていく。庭はとても指先が痛くなるぐらい寒かった。凍る星、深い闇、さめざめと世界を照らす冷たい光。屋敷の庭はすごく広くて、周りは深い闇に囲まれて、森の木々は黒く黒く大きなカーテンのようだった。まるでどこかの劇場みたい。ざーっと梢の窓が開いて、じきサーカスが始まるのかとワクワクした。遠くでいろんな音がしている。黒い木々のカーテンの奥、森の中でみんなが楽しそうに騒いでる。幕はまだ開かない。我慢できずに森の中へと入っていった。すごく暗い。森は深くて冷たい光も届かない。いろいろな音がして、いろいろなものがある。けれど暗くてよくわからない。途中で誰かとすれ違ったかもよく記憶できないぐらい。自分の名前を呼ばれた気がして、もっと奥へと歩いていった。木々のベールを抜けた後、森の広場にはみんな揃って待っていた。わからない。向こうから見知らぬ人がやってくる。凶器を手にしてやってくる。みんなをそうしたように僕もバラバラにしたいみたい。よくわからない。ぼんやりとその人を見る。なすすべもなく凶器を待つ。けれどいよいよという時に誰かが僕の前にやってきて、僕は子供だからよくわからない。びしゃりと温かいものが顔にかかる。赤い。トマトみたいに赤い水。本当によくわからないけれど、ただ寒くて僕は泣いてしまいそうだった。森は黒くて見たくない。地面は赤くて見たくない。だから空を見上げることにした。目に温かい火色が混ざってくる。眼球の奥に染み込んでくる。 だけど全然気にならない。夜空にはただ一人きりの月がある。見知らぬ人は今度こそ僕をバラバラにしようとやってくる。なのに僕はぼんやりといつまでも青い影を見上げている。すごく不思議。どうして今まで気がつかなかったんだろう。ああ、今夜はこんなにも。何も見えない。世界がだんだん消えていく。その中でずっときれいに輝いてる。ああ、気がつかなかった。今夜はこんなにも月がきれいだ。
Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome to my Let's Play of Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. So that intro was, was something else, right? Honestly, I don't really know what to expect from this game. It looks like it's gonna be, maybe a little much more horror, I guess, right? So I did play Witch and the Holy Night, another visual novel from Type Moon. That one was pretty tame. This one, it looks like, it's gonna be much more action-packed, I guess, much more thrilling. And yeah. So this game, by the way, is actually a remake of the original Tsukihime visual novel, but this one is just part 1 of that. Part 2 hasn't been released yet, so we're gonna be, I don't know, the story is probably not gonna be, I guess, like finished, but we're gonna find out. So yeah, let's just do this. Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. I wake up to find myself in a hospital bed. Also, by the way, can we actually increase the volume first? It was quite low. Increase that to, like, I guess 50. Can you not do that? Okay, 50. And then system effects, let's make it at least 25. Okay, let's do this for now. There are curtains that gently sway. A chilly breeze enters through an open window. I instinctively squint at the harsh color of the room. Where am I? What day it is? What happened to me? I can't seem to think straight. I try to push myself up, but a sharp pain courses through my body. My breath catches in my throat and I start gasping for air like a fish. Is this what they mean by seeing stars? The moment I place my hand against the hard bed, pain erupts from the inside out again. Still lying down, I take a deep breath and look over my body. Both my hands are covered in bandages. So is the one here in the, I guess, the hospital, right? The one talking in the intro earlier? My left leg's also set in a plaster cast. I feel a tightness around my head, so it must be wrapped up too. A large, thick, adhesive strip is stuck to my chest like it's hiding something bad. My left arm has a tube poked into it. Jesus, what kind of injury did this person have? Some part of me understands that it's an IV. I guess I must have seen all this while I was drifting in and out of sleep. The other room dimly lit and reeking of medicine and chemicals. The array of tubes poking out from under the bandage on my chest. The scary man in the suit who came to see me. My little sister getting scolded by the man when she came to visit. And the doctor as giddy as a child. I remember all of it like it was a dream.
君、もしかして目が覚めてない？
I hear the voice of an unfamiliar woman. I don't have the strength to answer her. She then burst out of the room, frantically calling for the doctor. Pitter patter, go her steps. She really shouldn't be running in a hospital, even if it is to go and get me help. Unable to lift my body, I turn my head and look up at the window. I feel a sharp pain in each of my eyes, as if a jagged knife were poking and prodding around inside my brain. The sky outside is so blue it looks unreal. I find my eyes flinching, not from the white hot glare of the sun, but from the spotless stretch of blue. Days pass. Since waking up, I still haven't been able to move from the bed. My only view of the outside world is the same faraway sky as before. Gently, the curtains flap. A dry wind touches my cheek. The stainless swat of blue leaves my eyes feeling woozy. Where am I? What day is it? Why am I in a hospital? Gradually, the answers come to me. Except for one. I keep looking out of the window. I thought just out of reach, something important. A tearful promise I can't remember.
はじめまして、東野四季君。回復はおめでとう。
Shiki Tono? Words from a man I've only just met. He offers me a handshake. With his gentle smile and soft-spoken voice, he seems like a kind man. Though I get the feeling he's someone who could wipe the smile off his face at the flip of a switch. The clean white coat he wears fits him perfectly.
四季君、先生の言っていることがわかるかい？
Can actually increase that one as well. Others make it like 60. Okay.
いえ。僕はどうして病院にいるんですか？
覚えていないんだね。君は道を歩いているとき、自動車の交通事故に巻き込まれたんだ。胸にガラスの破片が刺さってね、とても助かるような傷じゃなかったんだよ。
A piece of glass. A piece of glass of blue moon. Okay, so let's increase this. That's too loud. 70. 70 as well for this one. So we can't like have a volume for everyone? It's like one by one for each person? The man draped in white smiles as he utters something a doctor probably shouldn't say. It's a miracle that you're alive. The queasy feeling I was holding back threatens to spill out after I hear those words.
眠いです。眠っていいですか？
ああ、そうしなさい。今は無理をせず、体を休ませてあげないとね。
The doctor continues smiling. Honestly, it makes me feel uneasy.
先生、一つ聞いていいですか？
何かな、四季君。
どうして体中に落書きをしているんですか？この部屋もところどころひびだらけで、今にも崩れちゃいそうです。
For a brief second, the smile vanishes from the doctor's face. Then he rises out of his seat, smile reapplied. His shoes clack against the floor as he disappears behind the curtain.
やはり脳に異常があるようだ。
What? So he's saying he got hit in the head so much, or is he just like saying this? Right? Maybe he's hiding something. I don't know.
脳外科の芦谷先生に連絡を。それと、視神経にも損傷の疑いがあるな。午後は眼科検査に回すように。
Or okay, maybe he's actually like saying that maybe our boy Shiki has damaged like in his head, in his eyes. The doctor whispers to his nurse, his voice cold and harsh, starkly different from before.
変なの。みんな体に落書きしてる。
Dude, that is so annoying, right? Imagine if you're just, normal. No, I mean, just looking at something normal and then you have this in your eyes. Oh my god. The frenzied lines cling to every surface of the hospital. I don't know why, but just seeing them is enough to make me feel sick.
なんだろう、これ。
There are even scribbles on my bed. I touch one of them with my finger and then shwip, the finger slides in.
Oh.
If I had something thinner, I bet it could go even further. I grab a plastic knife of a nearby tray and trace one of the scribbles with it. With no effort at all, the knife sinks down to the handle. Enjoying myself, I glide the knife along the lines in the bed. Oh my god. With a heavy sound, the bed falls neatly into two pieces. I turn to the voice behind me. The shriek belongs to a nurse standing at the door, her face stiff with a shock. What did it do? Why did the bed crack?
どうやってベッドを壊したんだね、四季君。
Oh, is this a different bed, not his bed? I notice the doctor hasn't asked me why I broke it, but how.
その線をなぞったら切れたんだよ。ねえ、どうしてこの病院はひびだらけなの？
いい加減にしないか、四季君。そんな線なんてないんだ。それで、どうやってベッドを壊したんだい？怒らないから教えてくれないかな。
だから線をなぞっただけなんだ。
わかった。この話はまた明日にしよ
う。The doctors let out a sigh. He stopped smiling as soon as I mentioned the scribbles. I guess his switch is broken. This hospital's full of broken things. In the end, no one believed me. I mean, who would though? No matter what it is, I can cut it cleanly by slicing the lines with a knife. I don't even need to put any muscles into it. It's easy, like cutting paper with a pair of scissors. The bed, the chair, the desk, the walls, and even the floor, none of them are any different. And I've never tried it, but I'm positive it would be the same for people. No one else can see the scribbles. Only I can. I think it's because everything is falling apart, and these are the seams holding them together. Just like my chest, it still hasn't fully healed after the operation, so they've stitched me up where it would otherwise fall apart. That's gotta be it. I mean, how else could a kid like me cut up a whole wall? But that's kind of cool though, right? If that is your powers, that is kind of cool, but kind of dangerous as well. What if you cut someone you know, right, accidentally? The nurse screams again. Seeing the holes in the wall, she glares in my direction. Her shriek goes on and on. Luckily, something is up with my ears, so it doesn't sound all that loud to me. The drawn-out noise fills me with dread, like the sound of a burning cicada. Everything is in tatters. The idea of opening my eyes, of living at all, is enough to make me want to disappear. All this time, I never knew about the stitches holding the world together, and how easily they can break. No one else sees them. That's why they can go on living just fine. They don't know about the cracks all around us. They don't know how damaged their lives are. But I see it all. It chills me to the bone, holding me in place. Since it happened, everything sounds muffled, like my ears have been stuffed. Only the gash in my chest screams like a siren. But what happened and when? No matter how hard I try, I can't remember, and scratching my head over it doesn't help either. My brain must have gotten rid of that information to make space for something more important, but the questions still leak out like water from a tap. Okay, that sound is kinda... Is it system effects? Or what? Is it this one? No, it's not that one. I was like, I put that up. This one, I think it's the SFX. Okay, the SFX. Oh my god, it kinda hurts my ears, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I think I get it. The pieces all fit. That's why there's no mirror in here. If there was, the very first thing I would do is probably like smash it. I'd be laughing while it lay there shattered, which means they're not the ones in danger of breaking. It's me who's broken. Now it all makes sense. Why 2 weeks have passed and no one believes me? Why 2 weeks have passed and no one comes to see me? Why 2 weeks have passed and I'm the only one living in this stitched together world? I don't want to be in this hospital anymore. I don't want to be surrounded by these scribbles. I have to get somewhere far away where there won't be any people around. I'm not the weird one. It's this place that's weird, is what I tell myself as I make a run for it. But the sound in my chest stops me from getting too far. By the time I realize it, I've ended up in the field next to the hospital. I didn't get very far at all. My chest is burning. I squat to the ground miserably, battling about coughs. I can't stay here, but I can't go anywhere else either. There is nowhere to go for someone who can see all of the stitching. Another wave of coughs hits me. No one's around. A sea of grass at the end of summer. It wouldn't be the worst place to disappear. The thought is suddenly interrupted.
君、そんなところでしゃがんでると危ないわよ。
The voice of a woman cuts through to my ears clear as crystal. Okay.
絵じゃないでしょ？
Dude, isn't this Aoko? It is Aoko, right? I mean, she has red hair now. This is the future Aoko, yes.
ただでさえちっこいんだから、草むらでうずくまってると見えないのよね。
It is Aoko, yeah. She's all grown up now. The woman scolds away, her finger pointed at me grumpily. I feel anger creep up inside me. I'm not that small. I'm only the fourth shortest in my class. Look at that. Nice. Her hair is very long, right? Nice, nice. Okay.
蹴り飛ばされるって誰に？
バカね。そんなの決まってるじゃない。ここにいるのは私と君だけなんだから。私以外に誰がいるっていうの？
Okay, let's see if it said Aoko here. Aoko? Oh no, there's no name, okay. So I guess if you didn't play Witch and the Holy Night, you wouldn't know who this is. Probably. Let's lower this a little bit. 40. The woman sure looks proud of herself, crossing her arms like that.
ま、ここで会ったのも何かの縁だし、少し話し相手になってくれない？
Aoko
私
Aozaki.
は青崎青子って言うんだけど、君は？
Sorry, but I got excited there. She speaks casually like one friend to another and offers out her hand. Seeing no reason to refuse, I introduce myself as Shikitono and accept their offered hand like I'm being pulled in magnetically. Talking to her is very fun. She doesn't shoot down anything I say just because I'm a kid, so I knew that, I guess, not new, but like I read somewhere that yes, I guess maybe it's only Aoko, but yeah, a character from Witch and the Holy Knight would appear in this one, right? So that's why they mentioned back then that it's nice to play, or not better, but yeah, to play Witch and the Holy Knight before this one, because in Witch and the Holy Knight, the setting there was before the events of Tsukihime, so that's why I did that first. And because of that, now we know that this girl is Aoko, the one we saw in Witch and the Holy Knight. Okay, and let's continue. And she treats me like a person, listening to my every word. I tell her all about myself. I tell her about home, about my long family lineage, how my dad is tough on etiquette and stern all the time. How I have a little sister, Akiha, who's really quiet and follows me everywhere. How I always play with Akiha and our friends in the garden, which is as big as a forest since we have a huge mansion. Also, they're rich. This little kid is actually rich. Okay. How the attic is our secret spot. How I'm bad at word games. How everyone says I'm going to grow taller. How I used to like the smell of hospitals, but now I don't. How I love the sky when it's clear and blue, but looking at it makes me want to cry. How I'm glad to be alive. How I don't even hate the doctor with a pretend smile. I surprise myself. I keep yapping away feverishly.
おっと、もうこんな時間。悪いわね、シキ。私、ちょっと用事があるから、お話はここまでにしましょう。
The woman starts to leave. The thought of being alone again fills me with sadness.
じゃあまた明日。ここで待ってるからね。君もちゃんと病室に帰って、きちんと医者の言いつけを守るんだぞ。あ。
She says it so naturally, as if the idea that we weren't going to meet again tomorrow hadn't even crossed her mind, and leaves.
また明日。
We'll get to talk again tomorrow, just like we did today. Really. I'm so happy. It's the first time I felt something so strongly since waking up from the accident. Going to the grassy field in the afternoon has become a regular thing. The lady would get angry whenever I called her Aoko. She seemed to hate her own name. Unsure what to call her at first, I eventually settled on Master. Master? Okay. So Aoko is like, he's gonna be his teacher, I guess. Master always listens to whatever I have to say and solves each and every one of my problems. Since the accident, I've hated talking to people, but thanks to her, I'm slowly becoming my old self again. Being here on the grassy field is the only time my worries slip away and feel like the old me. I don't know who she really is, but I get the sense she could actually be a real teacher at some school. Not that it's any of my business. Being around her is fun. That's all that matters.
ねえ先生、僕こんなことができるよ。
I want to surprise her, so I pull out a knife I took from the hospital, okay? And I cut the tree standing in the field. Okay, what's Aoko's reaction to this then? Tracing the lines, I slice from the center of the tree to the bark.
すごいでしょ。落書きが見えてるところなら、どこだって簡単に切れるんだよ。こんなの他の誰にもできないよね。
She's shocked. She's speechless. I get into a groove and decide to sink my knife into a horizontal line across the base of the tree.
シキ
She rushes towards me and I feel the palm of her hand slap my cheek. Maybe Alco is thinking that he's what is the word for this? Like he's just doing this, right? And he's not thinking of the consequences of him, yeah, like pretty much cutting everything in half.
先生
Let's say reckless. Yeah, the kid is kind of reckless.
やめなさい君は今とても軽率なことをしたわ
Thoughtless. She stares at me seriously. It's an unforgiving look, the determined gaze of someone about to punish an evildoer. How could I be so stupid? I was having so much fun. I completely forgot. These scribbles shouldn't exist, which means someone like me who can see them shouldn't exist either. A feeling of regret seeps into my chest like blood. I wish I could curl up into a ball and die. The tree was the last reminder that this field was once a forest, and desperate to show off, I went and destroyed it for no real reason at all.
ごめんなさい
I feel tears trickle down my face. I know boys shouldn't cry, but I can't help it. I mean, he's just a little kid, man. He just wanted to show off to his sensei. That's why he did it.
シキ
I hear my name called softly. Suddenly, even with the knife still in my hand, she hugs me tight.
謝る必要はないわ
Dude, look at Alco, man. She's so big now. You know what I mean is, like, yeah, back then she was, what, a teenager. Now she's a grown woman now.
まあ確かにシキは怒られるようなことをしたけどそれは決してあなただけが悪いってわけじゃないんだから悪いのは僕だけじゃないええでもねシキそれとは別のところで今誰かが君を叱っておかないと取り返しのつかないことになるだから私はあなたを一人の人間として見た同じ立場の人間として意見して怒って本気で叩いた力加減を間違えていたら私もシキを殺していたかもってくらい本気で
Her words truly frightened me. It isn't that I'm afraid of her killing me, but that I had pushed her into almost doing so. The thought of it makes my heart sink.
泣かないでシキ私も謝らないからあなたはそれだけのことをしたんだって覚えていてほしいからうんその代わりシキは私のことを嫌ってもいいわ先生のこと嫌いじゃないよそう本当によかった私が君に出会ったのはこのためだったみたい
And just like that, as if to melt away my feeling of regret, she quietly asked me about the scribbles I keep seeing. When I start telling her about the lines, I feel her hug me tighter.
シキ君が見ているものは現実のものよ決して見えてはいけないものだとしても他の人間にとってはありえないことだとしてもその線は幻じゃないあなただけにある現実そっかじゃあやっぱりおかしいのは僕だけなんだねええあなたはおかしいそこはごまかしようがない
You really are weird, Shiki. I fight back the tears. What she said stings 1,000 times more than when the doctor doubted me. But it's not like I didn't see this coming. From the very start, from the moment I woke up, I have known the truth. I shouldn't even be alive.
謝らないで。その異常はおかしいだけで説明がつかないものじゃない。道理が通っているものなら人間は何にだって向かっていける。これ私の経験則ね。どんなに馬鹿げたデタラメがやってきても知恵と勇気で乗りこなすのが私たち人間よ。
My first lesson, she called it, with a hint of embarrassment. Having a strange condition isn't the problem itself. Problem is how I choose to deal with it.
じゃあこの落書きも説明できる？もちろん。ものにはね、壊れやすい箇所というものがある。いつか壊れる私たちは壊れるがゆえに完全じゃない。君の目はそういったものの末路。言い換えれば未来を見てしまっているんでしょう。未来を見てるの？そうよ。今はそれ以上は知らなくていい。もし君がそういう流れに沿ってしまう時が来るなら、必然としてそれなりの理屈を知ることになるでしょう。先生、何のことだかよくわからない。ええ、分かっちゃダメ。今大事なのは一つだけ。その線は決していたずらに切ってはいけない。君の目は物の命を軽くしすぎてしまうから。うん、先生が言うならしない。それになんだか胸が痛いんだ。ごめんね先生、もう二度とあんなことはしないから。よかった。シキ、今の気持ちを絶対に忘れないで。そうしていれば君は必ず幸せになれるんだから。
She uncoils her arms, freeing me from her embrace. The sensation, cold and yet warm, fades away.
でも先生、この落書きが見えてると不安なんだ。だってこの線を引けば切れちゃうんでしょ？なら僕の周りはいつバラバラになってもおかしくないじゃないか。その問題は私が何とかするわ。どうやらそれが私がここに来た理由のようだし。
She heaves a long sigh and then smiles at me.
シキ、明日君にとっておきのプレゼントを。私が君を以前の生活に戻してあげる。
The next day, on the 7th day since I first met Master, she comes to the field hauling a huge trunk with one hand. Okay.
はい、これをかけていればもう妙な落書きは見えなくなるはず。
What is that, glasses? She hands me an ordinary pair of glasses.
僕、目は悪くないよ。いいからかけなさい。度は入ってないから。
I do as she says and put them on. And the moment I do...
ああ、すごいよ先生。落書きがちっとも見えない。当たり前よ。わざわざ姉貴のところの魔眼殺しを奪ってまで作った青崎青子渾身の一品なんだから。粗末に扱ったらただじゃおかないからね、シキ。
Oh yeah, remember Aoko's sister? She was always wearing glasses whenever she's not in battle, right? Okay.
大事にする。けど先生ってすごいね。あれだけ嫌だった線がみんな消えちゃって、なんだか魔法みたいだこれ。
それも当然。だって私魔法使いだもん。
I mean, she's not lying, she is. A smug grin stretches across her face as she drops the trunk to the ground.
でもね、シキ、その線は消えたわけじゃないわ。ただ見えなくしているだけ。そのメガネを外せば線はまた見えてしまう。
見えないだけ？
ええ、そればっかりはもう直しようがないことよ。君はその目となんとか折り合いをつけて生きていくしかないの。
やだ、こんな怖い目いらない。またあの線を切っちゃったら先生との約束が守れなくなる。
ああ、もう二度と線を切らないっていうあれか。バカね、あんな約束気軽に破っていいわよ。
そうなの？だってすごくいけないことだって言ったじゃないか。
ええ、いけないことよ。けどその目は誰にも頼らない君個人の力なんだもの。だからそれを使おうとするのは君の自由。その目があることについて君以外の他の誰も君を責めることはできない。問われることがあるとしたら、あなたがその力で何をしたかということだけよ、シキ。
僕が何をするか。
She stares into my eyes as if trying to peer inside.
そういうこと。うん、やっぱりいい目だ。正直言うとね、初めて君と会った時、めんどくさいのにぶつかっちゃったなーって思ったんだ。だって君、見た感じいろいろなくしてきたみたいだから。でも、問題なんてなかった。君はちゃんと生きている。なら、人生かけて取り返していきなさい。
Even with a whole lifetime, I could never find the words to describe the light I felt in my chest or the rush of joy that came with it. You belong here. She reaffirmed my reason for being more forcefully than anyone.
シキ、君は個人が保有する能力の中でもひどく得意な能力を持ってしまった。神様は何の意味もなく力を分けない。君の未来には必要になる時があるから、その直視の目があるとも言える。それは残酷なことだろうけど。だからこそ忘れないで。君はとてもまっすぐな心をしている。今の君がある限り、その目は決して間違った結果は生まないでしょう。成人になれなんてことは言わない。君は君が正しいと思う大人になればいい。いけないということを素直に受け止められて、ごめんなさいと言える君なら、10年後にはきっと素敵な男の子になってるわ。
She stands and reaches out for the trunk.
あ、でもよっぽどのことがない限りメガネは外しちゃダメだからね。特別な力は特別な力を呼ぶものだし。はい、私からの忠告その2。反則の出しどころ、勝負どころをよく考える。そうならないことを祈っているけど、どうしても自分の手には負えないと判断した時だけメガネを外して、よく考えて力を行使なさい。
その力自体は決して悪いものじゃない。結果をいいものにするか悪いものにするかは、あくまで君の判断次第なんだから。
She picks up the trunk, and without her even saying a word, I know. It's time for us to say our goodbyes.
無理だよ先生。僕だけじゃいいことになんてできない。本当は先生に会うまで怖くてたまらなかった。けど先生がいてくれたから僕は僕に戻れたんだ。ダメなんだ。先生がいなくちゃこんなメガネがあったってダメに決まってるじゃないか。
四季、心にもないことは言わないこと。自分自身も騙せないような嘘は聞いている方を不快にさせるわ。
Master's displeasure is readily apparent in her expression. She then flicks my forehead.
自分でも分かっているんでしょ？もう大丈夫だって。なら、そんなつまらないことを言って、せっかく掴んだ自分を捨ててはいけないわ。それじゃあお別れね。バイ、四季。
Is it over though? We're not gonna see her anymore?
どんな人間だって、人生ってのは落とし穴だらけなのよ。君はそれを何とかできる力があるんだから、もっとちゃんとしなさい。
She's really leaving. I'm sad, but as her friend, I want to see her off right.
さよなら先生。
よし、上出来上出来。その息でいつまでも元気でね。最後の教訓。ピンチの時はまず落ち着いて、その後によく考えること。大丈夫。君なら一人でもちゃんとやっていけるから。
She smiles fondly. A gust of wind sweeps through, sending a ripple across the sea of grass. She's gone.
バイバイ先生。
As I say the words, the realization that I'll never see her again sinks in. Left with me are a treasure trove of advice and a strange pair of glasses. In just 7 days, I feel like I've learned the most important things of all. As I stand there aimlessly, tears start welling up. I am such an idiot. All I said was goodbye. Not once did I say thank you. I'm discharged from the hospital soon after. I won't be going back to the Tono household. Instead, I'm to be taken in by another family. What? My body has recovered, but there are still lasting symptoms. To the Tonos, I mean. These means I'm defective. I'm no longer needed. But I don't care. Shikitono is going to be fine on his own. A new life and a new family are waiting for me. I leave behind the hospital room where I spent my 10th summer. The curtains by my window sway in the breeze just like always. I take in one last glimpse of the blue sky. As I do, a dry breeze washes over me, spelling the end of summer. That was so nice, man. I was smiling with all the scenes with Alco there. Yeah, while reading it, while listening to it, I was just smiling. No joke. It was so nice seeing Alco like that. Her hair very long, right? She's so powerful. And it's red. Yes. So, are we gonna see her again? I wish that we could see her again, but I highly doubt it though. I highly doubt it. Okay, so let's take a break here and yeah, let's see this. Homecoming. So we have a flow chart in this game now. So this is gonna be much more different, I guess, than how it is with, what do you call this, with Witch and the Holy Night. Witch and the Holy Night was, I guess, pretty much kinetic, right? Compared to, I guess this one is gonna be like how Fate Stay Night is. I haven't played Fate Stay Night, but there's a lot of routes, I guess, a lot of routes. That's why we have a flowchart right here. And I guess it's gonna be like that, right? From the start, we're gonna have, let's say, like dead ends, bad ends. There's gonna be definitely some choices here and there. So yeah, that's gonna be very exciting because I rarely play like visual novels on the channel that has choices like this. Yeah, most of the time it's yeah, kinetic only, like yeah, one line or yeah, one straight line to the end from the start to the from the beginning to the end. And this one's gonna be different, so yeah, this is gonna be fun. So Tsuki, like Tsuki means moon, correct? But Tsuki, that's why like whenever I hear Tsuki, I always hear or always say vampires. Yeah, so I think vampires are in this game. I think so. I'm not sure. But whenever I hear Tsuki, yeah, vampires, even though it means moon, like whenever I watch like some animes and stuff, yeah, Tsuki and then vampires are there for some reason. And then Hime, pretty much like princess, right? Or I guess let's say a person of high birth. Yeah, something like that. And I don't know what to expect from this one. Seeing Shiki there, looks like he has a very powerful, let's say, magic or ability. And I think this one is going to be much more or more action. As I said earlier, much more curling. Looks like it's going to be like maybe horror. Not totally horror, but to a degree, right? Compared to the Witch and the Holy Night. Witch and the Holy Night was pretty much a slice of life that had some, yeah, like battle scenes here and there. But yeah, it was more on being a tame visual novel. And I had really fun with that. So for this one, it's gonna be different. I can feel it. But I think I'm still gonna love it. Maybe much more. Who knows? Yeah, we just saw the prologue there. And yeah, it is hyping me up. It is exciting me. And hopefully you join me in this adventure to Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. So yes, we're gonna take a break here and we're gonna continue this and do more of Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon, in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.